Welcome back to the TreeHouse Show. I'm your host, Gartasia, and you are tapped into the trillest podcast in the universe. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. There's a lot of reasons to give thanks. You don't have to wait until Thanksgiving to give thanks. Sometimes you don't want to say thank you, but those are the moments that matter the most. You feel me? I guess I need to practice what I preach because I should be at home with family right now. That's what everybody says, that's what society says. But sometimes you got to give thanks to yourself. And making this podcast is a way of me showing thanks to myself. You feel me? So yeah, with that being said though, standing next to me, we got the male version of Trinity from the Matrix. We got Trent to T.
Oh, damn, you feel early, damn.
We got Trent, yeah, we started. We getting it cracking, man. We got Trent to T in this mug.
Hey, you already know, goddammit. Look, I'm looking for a payphone right now. Don't fucking play with me.
Man, these Gen Zs can never. y'all, they don't know what we talking about.
Oh, they don't know about
they
the
don't
Matrix?
know about the payphone.
They gotta know about the Matrix, though.
Okay, maybe Gen Alpha.
Okay,
maybe
Gen Alpha. Yeah.
I forgot they did make that remake. What? That bogus ass one, 2022.
Oh, damn, you right.
Weak as hell.
I forgot about that.
I know.
You know what? So they probably do know.
Yeah, that shit was lame. That shit was lame, bro. Cash grab. Bullshit.
So you ain't fuck with the new one at all. Matter of fact, fuck the new one. I only really like the first one. If we gonna be 100 with it, like
the first Matrix.
That's the only one I really like, bro. I never liked the other two.
The first one.
That's the only one I like.
My nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Truthfully, they was all cash grab.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. The second one had a lot of action though.
The second one was cool, like with the car scene where they was on the expressway and all that type of shit.
Raw.
Yeah.
He was beating up all them agents in that train.
But see, I can't say I remember it exactly because I ain't wanna fuck with it like that. You know what I'm saying?
You already went into it.
Yeah.
With one eye.
But you know what though too about being young, I ain't really understand all that shit anyway. But going back, like you remember the original Matrix though, because when it came out,
never forget that original one.
When it came out, the blue pill, red pill shit, motherfuckers still talking about red pills right now.
To this day,
you feel
whole
me?
Different red pill though.
Yeah.
We gonna get it cracking though, man. Shit, I don't know if you want to go there today.
They talking about a whole nother red pill.
Man, that's some other shit. But before we get into it, man, could you please give us a moment, introduce yourself? Name, age, fun fact, and relationship status.
Okay, so check this here, man. It's the Duke of Tribal Kingdom, your boy MadFlo Jr. You dig what I'm saying? Mr. Love to the ladies, you know. And you said, what now? What else you want me to say about it?
I guess that's a fun fact.
Age
and relationship status.
Fun fact about me is I walk around with canes. You see this?
I see.
See this motherfucker I got right here? This the lion's head cane to match the lion's mane. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
So with the all black Matrix shit, I had to come with the all black cane. Now, fun fact, I got 4 of these motherfuckers. Yeah. I'm looking for a few more. Yeah. And right now I'm 33. Yeah, I'm
Jesus
33.
number, right?
You know what I'm saying? I'm in my Messiah. You know what I mean? My messianic energy right now.
I know, hero arc.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm already knowing.
Hero arc. I like that. Damn.
Main character.
I might be a motherfucking hero. Man, you know what? You might have just hit on some shit I ain't even know about. The heroes arc.
I'm just calling it how I see it.
Damn, homie, that's some deep ass shit. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Damn. Bitch. You know what I'm talking about? From a zero to a hero, bitch, you ain't know it. Yeah, I like that. My man. I'm in my hero arc.
Say less. Say
Yeah.
less. Well, I guess relationship status.
Ooh, relationship status. Right now, I am in a relationship right now.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, what's up, baby? You know what I'm saying? But I come from a long line of players, and you know when it's in you, it's in you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't on me. So I'm going to be a player for life, but you know what I mean? At the same time, though, it is a woman who's very special to me. And, you know, me and her rocking right now. We got our thing. And we're going to always have our thing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my sweets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the player shit is some real shit, man.
Man. They say, well, I don't want to go there yet, but they say, sometimes being a player, you can get real good at the game, but then sometimes it's hard to play the game when it's a different game. When I say that is like, when you playing like, okay, hey, this Shawnessa, this Keisha, this Kiera, you know how to do that, but then sometimes when it's like, all right, it's time to sit your ass down, kind of that monogamous shit, that's when players get tested.
Yeah, that's a whole nother game, man.
Have you experienced that?
you know what, man? That's kind of what it's been, man. But you know what's wild about it, man? I never was monogamous, man. It's like I got a feud with monogamy or some shit, man. It's like some shit that just never really quite worked for me. You know what I mean? Not just because of me, man. Bitches love me, man. Like I was just talking to it's so crazy. I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday, right? As a young dude, you know what I'm saying? It's something that's always been around. So it's not so much as you fixated on doing it, you don't know nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
With multiple women?
Yeah. Like think about if you ever played Pop One or football or some shit, you know? And you started as a kid playing football. So by the time you make it to the pros, that's all you really know. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like that for a lot of guys who are endowed. You know what I'm saying? You kind of born with some gift or some skill, and over the years you keep working at it, and it become a part of you. So this shit is a lifestyle. It's not even something that you're doing. It's something that you are. You feel me? Yeah, we lifestyle.
He said, I was born like this.
I was born like this. It's in me. It ain't on me, man. It's so funny, man. I got an uncle, man. I got an Uncle Jube, and he said that shit not too long ago because we was tripping and whatnot, you know. And he was like, man, that shit is in you, man. You born like that. Because I was saying some shit that he heard some motherfuckers say that I didn't even hear say. You know what I mean? So it's like, shit, man. I don't even quite know how to put it in an analogy, but somebody says something, right? Deja vu. You somewhere else and you talking to somebody completely unrelated, and then 10, 20, 15, how many years later you talking to somebody else and they saying the same shit. It was one of them moments for him. You know what I'm saying? He related to me, and so I was just like, okay, cool.
Multi-generational pimp.
Oh man, you wouldn't believe it, man. So look, here's some more fun facts. My great granddad, I'm finna go old school. My great granddaddy was the only nigga in town with a horse. We talking, look, we talking Django type shit. Like, who is that nigga on that nab? That was my great granddaddy, man. I bullshit you now. I'm talking about, man, fuck having a Bentley or a Rolls Royce, man. You got a horse and everybody walking and shit, man. Man, you fucking all them hoes. It just took. It's cooked. It's cooked for them niggas. The rest of the niggas was walking was mad in the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is, man. So now, you skip how many generations to me, and that shit is real, man. It's still here. It ain't never gonna go nowhere. When I decide to have some children, then, hopefully mine got it too. Because, it skips.
They say the apple don't fall far, but it skips sometimes.
It skips sometimes.
So
everybody ain't got it.
Your dad didn't have it. Or your
my daddy did have it, but it's a funny thing about my old man, right? He had it, and he the one actually trained me to be this way. See, it's one thing if you got a gift, right? What did Jadakiss say? Hard work always beat talent if the talent don't work hard. You know what I'm saying? So Pop had the talent, but he wasn't necessarily working at it the way he made me work at it. So you think about like a LeVar Ball or some shit. He got Lonzo, he got LaMelo, and he got, what's the other boy? LaJello.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been following.
You know what I'm saying? But they play basketball and shit. You know what I'm saying? They had them shoes, the big baller brand shoes. And so they daddy, or fuck them, Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? His daddy like working with him on his shot and shit like that. You got the gift. Your daddy played in the NBA too. But you way more advanced than your daddy is because you had him. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that for me because I had my dad. He obsessed with shit like Pimps and Macs and the movie The Mac and all that shit. But my granddaddy wasn't on that type of time with them. You know what I'm saying?
Skip a generation.
Nah, he was like that too. He just didn't teach him. Nah, man.
They're not gatekeeping.
Yeah. But because, look, right, and this is something that I believe, as far as like Black Americans back in the day and whatnot, that they didn't want you to do what they did. And even still something like that. But nowadays, man, you never know with these new parents and shit. But like, as far as I knew, they didn't want you to do what they did. And so you say, my grandfather was born in 1923. So he was born way back when. You know what I mean? My father born in 1972. So he's 49 years old by the time my father born. So by the time he get to be a teenager and all that shit, this man old than a motherfucker. So he don't want to be teaching them that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was the other way for my father. So one thing he taught me was every man get baptized once in his life. So it's going to be a woman that's going to baptize you. He got to be ready for my baptism. So by the time I got baptized by a woman, it didn't faze me the same way because he never wanted me to go through what he went through. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by baptized?
So I'm so glad you asked. So, you ever had a bitch that you really liked, man? I'm talking about the sun could have rose from her ass, you know, and she fucking with you for a time being. But then that minute where she decides you ain't hit for her no more. For whatever reason it is, and you can't understand it. You know what I'm saying? You really trying to like, but why? You want to ask the bitch. Like, come on, why? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't got no reason for you. And then the next thing you know, you kind of go into this, strangest thing just came out today, you go into this upside down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for you to get right side up again. That's your baptism, homie. When she dump you in that water, let you know most bitches ain't shit. Cause prior to that, you was probably picking flowers and all that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Write love letters, and it's like, damn, you left me and I was the best guy for you. Now, I never had to go through that, but to understand what that is. So when I had my baptism, it wasn't in that form necessarily. But you know how you graduate. I look at more of graduation. You graduate 8th grade. Is that the same as high school? Mm-mm. It's not, right? But it's a graduation nonetheless. It's a step to the high school graduation. You see what I'm saying? And so little by little, and you fucking with bitches, one bitch may be your 8th grade graduation if you know it's coming. So that's not really a clear baptism. You like halfway in the water. You might have just been waist deep. You see what I'm saying? Ready to be dunked in. And then by the time you get that next bitch, because you know it's coming. Now, if you don't know none of this coming, you're going to get fucked over. But I did. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I got that next bitch coming, boom, she dunked me under. That shit didn't take me as long as it'll take the average motherfucker to get right back
So you got baptized early.
I got baptized early. But a lot of niggas get baptized early. It's just how do you get baptized? I actually got baptized late, if we being honest. Because I knew it was coming. So I could always ward off these evil-spirited bitches. You know what I'm saying? Because they come, and if you're aware of it, if you're aware of something coming, you prepare for it, don't you? You know what I'm saying? So the more you prepare for it, the harder it is for what this thing is to be able to get you. But if you're completely unaware, it's going to eat you alive. So because I was prepared for it, because my father's training, his obsession with the game, it made me prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? But we never did no type of pimping or nothing like that. My grandfather wasn't like that. We hardworking men. We earn our dollar, you know what I'm saying, the square way. You know what I'm saying? But we fuck with bitches because bitches like us. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna send a bitch to work instead of sending her to the blade. Yeah, I was just talking about that the other day. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference between sending a woman to work and sending her on the stroll?
What's the difference?
She ain't got to fuck for her money. She could just, you know, go to work like you normally work. And so I asked a couple of bras just the other day, literally just yesterday. I said, have you ever given a man some money? One of them, no. I mean, nah. You know, just the thought of that question. The other one said, yeah. I said, okay. I don't mean he asked you for some money, not to borrow it, but you volunteered some money. And the one said, no, again, right? Another one said, yeah, like a gift. I said, not like a gift. You put your money in his hand, and now he take off the responsibilities from you of having to keep up with bills, keep up with all of these other things. You giving your money to your man, not just any man. It's your man. You're saying. It ain't no different in the game, but you're not giving this to just anybody. This is a man who's shown you he is financially, he's financially astute. Right? He got investments. You see what he do for a living. You see he got properties. You see he got nice cars. You see he got nice clothes. The things that the bitch would want for herself, because that's the guy she really want to be with, if we're being honest. But his options are so vast. He got so many motherfucking bitches he can fuck with. What's going to make you stand out to him? For him to want to be with you. Not to just fuck with you, because I fucked with a lot of bitches, right? But for me, it was just having fun. You know what I'm saying? So that was my whole thing, man. I just want to have fun. You know what I mean? We're going to go to some rooftops. We're going to go to some lounges. We might go to the club. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do little shit, too. Movie theaters and shit like that. We're going to do dinners and stuff. We're going to do stuff at the crib, you know, and you ain't got to pay for shit. But you can't be with me, though. You can't expect me to only fuck with you either. So you want that exclusivity. What are you giving me to be exclusive for, right? And so that's the way they fuck with it. And the game is like, if you fuck with a broad that ain't paying you, they call you a chippy. And then,
I never heard of that.
And to them, that's one of the worst things to be, is a chippy.
Break it down.
So a chippy is a motherfucker who got bitches that's hoeing for him, but he'll go have sex with a square broad. How can I expect a woman to pay me if the bitch that I'm fucking ain't paying me. So these women are paying you. They paying you because they hoes. And you a pimp. So you fuck your hoes.
What?
Oh yeah. As a pimp, you ain't supposed to fuck nobody but your hoes.
That's crazy.
Your dick is the thing that everybody wants. So as a player, the only difference between me, I ain't got nobody selling no pussy for me. But as a player, that's your tool, right? That's the thing that is most sought after. And how do I come to this conclusion? Bitches always worrying about who cheating on them. Ain't nobody worrying about no money. Ain't nobody worried about no opportunities being given. Ain't nobody really worried about advancement. They just want to know who you was with. They blowing up your phone, texting you where you at. Not because she expect you to be getting some money somewhere, but because she think you might be with a bitch somewhere.
Why?
That's just how them hoes is. I don't know why. That's the $1 million question, bro. Why they like that? What you think?
I don't know. You would think men are more territorial. But it's giving the other way around.
Oh man, bitches are savage, man. Man, if you put bitches out, like let them loose and like in the wild and shit, man. Like if you let them hoes loose, man, they'll tear this motherfucker up, man. What's keeping the world from being towed the fuck up ain't bitches, it's men. Men are orderly. We restore order when there's no order. Bitches don't know how to restore order. They know how to yell and scream, or they can cry. And people will assimilate to what they want. But they've never given a direct order or command and somebody wanted to do it, right? Without incentive. As far as a man is concerned, you ain't really got to have too much incentive to follow him. You know what I'm saying? You follow them because you believe in them. I don't know nobody follow bitches and believe in them. Nah, I'm for real shit. If you know somebody who believe in a bitch and follow her from believing in her,
Harriet Tubman?
Shit. Now you going all the way back to
I know. But that's the only one I could think of.
Now I can fuck with Harriet Tubman as far as that go, but there was an incentive. I want to be free.
Oh, not just off the strength of she that bitch.
Just off the strength.
Yeah.
Off the strength of like Socrates or some motherfucker like that. Just off the strength of
like that's true. The cult leader is always a dude.
You know
that is true, yeah.
Like seriously, whether it's Elijah Muhammad, Martin Luther King, Malcolm, people are following people. Shit, Trump. If we want to go today, they just following them because if it's a him, they ain't getting shit from it, as we can see, taking shit from motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Yet they follow this.
His aura, his charisma.
You know what I mean? Bitches don't have that.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Also, that's why they check in on you.
Not just check in on you, they try to control you. Bitches want to possess that motherfucker, but not just any motherfucker. It's that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The one that all the bitches want. All you bitches want him? Well, I'm going to be the bitch to have him. And what I'm saying is you should charge, homie. You know what I'm saying? If you got it like that, if you got a bunch of bitches that want you and you got a bitch who trying to stop it from happening, charge that bitch. Charge her. What you mean? Make her want to give her. She has to give you a reason to want to fuck with her. So it don't have to always be monetary, like, dinero, peso, you know what I'm saying, cash. Send the bitch to do something. You know what I mean? A lot of guys that be wondering, how do I get a bitch to do what I want? You have to have something for her to do. If you ain't got nothing for her to do, you're going to lose the bitch anyway, because she going to make trouble for you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's petty arguments and disagreements, you got the wrong this, you got the wrong that, you came too late. All that shit don't really mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that you ain't got her doing something for you to tell her, you ain't do this, you ain't do that. You see what I'm saying? Flip the game. If you got it like that. Now, if you don't, you need to find you a little square bitch and y'all just sit down and, pick flowers and shit, garden, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. You got to know who you are first before you can do any of this shit. But check this out. You been new. You knew when you was a little boy because it didn't just start. You know what I'm saying? Girls would want to kiss me since I was like 7 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like real young. Girls wanted to kiss first.
Facts.
Put that out there. They always try to make it seem like little boys is mannish. Nah, it's the little girls that's fast that want to do all that type of shit. Boys don't even think about that type of shit.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? We roughhousing and shit. We
comic books.
Yeah, we thinking about, little Hot Wheel cars or some shit. Girls is playing with dolls and all that shit. All of that shit is sexualized. You know what I'm saying? So when they have Barbie and Ken, if she Barbie, who's Ken? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you knew this shit way before you became an adult. You know what I'm saying? And by the time you start being sexually active, you supposed to start like investigating who you are, so you can place yourself where you're supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? Like on my album right now, the Duke of Tribal Kingdom is out. I got a song called Cane on Me. Now, I say on the song, now I keep this cane on me, go be where I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, we in your studio, we filming this podcast. This is where you supposed to be. And you know it's where you supposed to be, that's why you here. You know what I'm saying? If you was somewhere you knew you ain't had no business, you know it's gonna be something bad come behind that. You know what I'm saying? So I used to spend a lot of time in the streets. Now me, myself, I'm not a street nigga. I'm a player. But being a player, you be around a lot of street niggas. And being from where I'm from the west side of Chicago, Lammy and Fulton, you dig what I'm saying? So them my stomping grounds, you know what I'm saying? For the past however many years, that's where I was at, you know what I'm saying? But I had to elevate because something that was in me was so strong and intense, it was pulling me from out there. You know what I'm saying? And pushing me towards nice, opulent places with luxury and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I like to eat lobsters and steaks and shrimps and shit. You know what I'm saying? I like to sip champagne and shit like that. I like to dress nice. And I like to be somewhere where other people dress nice. I like to be places where people got something to lose. So ain't nobody in this motherfucker trying to tell nobody, you know what I'm saying? Tell nobody shit up. You know what I'm saying? I just saw some shit the other day where they kicked 9 bitches out of a restaurant because 2 bitches was fighting. So the 9 bitches that got kicked out wasn't even with the bitches that was fighting. They were just off some. And the manager said, "Nah, y'all get out too." And they was like, "Why we gotta leave?" You know how bitches. He said because y'all like to fight and kick them hoes out. You see what I'm saying?
Out of association.
Just kicked them out the establishment. It was a restaurant. So they was like, "Y'all can't be here. Get out. Get the fuck out. You know, we don't want to deal with that tonight." You know what I'm saying? So from where I'm from, motherfuckers will go in a motherfucking place like that and do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But most times they too scared to go. Like being in Chicago, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, right? You from out west, you from out south, you from up north, it don't matter, right? Over east. Depending on where you from, that depends on where you can go.
What you mean?
Certain blocks you can't just be dangling on, you ain't from over here. You know what I'm saying? If I'm from off this block and I know they in tour with them over there, I can't be over there. Even if I'm not directly in tour with them, they might have seen me over here with them. So I can't be over here. You know what I'm saying? And in that same way, niggas got that in their mind where they can't go where white folks is at.
Oh, wow.
They tell themselves that that's not where they want to be. They tell themselves that they rather stand on the corner. They tell themselves they rather drink out of a plastic cup. If you squeeze it too hard, you break the motherfucker. Now I like to sip out of glass. You know what I'm saying? I don't like paper plates. I like ceramic and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be on the block no more. You see, but I don't have them boundaries in my head, them limitations that tell me I can't go over there. And so this is a gentleman's cane if people do their research. You know what I'm saying? Back in the Victorian era in Europe, like, you know, Britain and shit like that, they would walk around with their top hats and their canes. And it was to notify the public this is a distinguished gentleman. You see what I'm saying? And so around like the 20s and 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, you know, the Black American pimp picked up the gentleman's cane and they rebranded it as a pimp cane. But its original mechanism, it's a gentleman's cane. So it's to notify everybody that you're in the presence of a gentleman. And with the players and the pimps fucking with it, it was to ward off motherfuckers that didn't want to be somewhere they weren't supposed to be again, right? So if it's a woman nowadays, if they see me with this cane, they should know what I'm about. So stay away from me if this ain't what you into.
Oh.
Cause one thing I hate more than the funky bitch is a victim. You know what I'm saying? I hate a motherfucker that want to play victim, acting like you didn't know who he was when you met him. Or y'all didn't have certain conversations where he let you know what he do. So I come out the door with it and let him know.
What you tell him?
If a bitch asks me, "Do you have a girlfriend?" Now at the time I do, so I say yeah. But when I didn't, I say no, but I see people. You know what I'm saying? And they can ask me, what does that mean? I go out on dates with women. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to know who, where, when, I'm not giving you that because that's somebody else's personal information. Now, you don't even need to know all of that. You just need to know the type of person I am. If the outfits and the cane and everything else didn't say it for you, then you can ask me straight up and I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? And so having the cane ain't just to be used as a prop or to look cool. It's also to signify to everybody standing around you that this is a certain kind of guy. He's a gentleman of leisure, you know what I'm saying? Or just strictly a gentleman, depending on how you want to frame it. You know what I mean? But I am not a pimp. I'm a player.
What's the difference?
The difference is a pimp gets money out of bitch's ass. That's how they frame it. If you ain't got a bitch selling pussy for you and she give you the money, you are not a pimp. If you got some women that you fuck with, you just a player. Now, if you got a chick and she's stealing clothes for you or, you know, cracking credit cards, you a Mac.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Now, you can also be a Mac and have a bitch selling pussy for you, but you're doing more than just that. You might sell drugs or have somebody, you know what I mean? A Mac is a guy who has multiple streams of income, but he's also in the game as a gentleman of leisure. And a player is a guy who's not really making no money off the game, but he's a gentleman of leisure. And a pimp is only making money off a bitch, laying flat on her back as a gentleman of leisure. You know what I mean? So I tend to lay on the player side of things. And it's because I can't help it, man. Even when I want to stop, I can't help it, man. It's like New Jack City. It should just be calling me and calling me.
That's such a good movie. Bro, Wesley Snipes killed that shit.
Wesley killed that shit. Matter of fact, that's what all this black shit I got on. Let me take this.
I was either going to say Trinity or Wesley Snipes from Blade with the black on.
The black on and shit.
You know what I just realized? Stay right there. It's some black roses floating up here.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this fit the vibe.
Whole time.
Not you got the black roses.
Whole time, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we need to get a paparazzi in this bitch. We get a photo shoot. We got the black
you know
rose.
We got the black rose for the baby. You know what I'm talking about? For my beautiful ladies out there, you dig what I'm saying? Yeah,
I know that's right.
Yeah,
I know that's right. Let's do a challenge.
Okay.
People be doing coat drive. People be doing food drive, which is great. Let's do flower drive.
A flower drive.
You feel me?
Now, what would we drop them off to? Who you think is in most need of flowers if you was doing flowers?
Widows.
Widows. That's hard. I wouldn't even thought of that. Widows.
Niggas be dying every day.
That's hard. Niggas die every day, B. Now that's hard. Widows, yeah. Because I was going to ask you, like, you know, lawyers and shit, you know, the workaholics who may not have time. Or what about like nurses or some shit also, you know what I'm saying, real busy. But you said widows.
Straight to the, they really need it.
I'm fucking with that.
Ain't got no man.
I'm fucking with that. Yeah.
Widows. You feel me? Shorties who like, they such a boss bitch, they be lonely.
Mm-hmm. What is a boss bitch?
I feel like a boss woman is a woman who is prioritizing status and worldly things over emotions and internal spirit.
Can they do that?
I think they can, but I don't think that they understand what comes with it.
I like that. They don't understand what come with it, but if they did, do you think they would choose to do it? Even still,
I think some would.
Some would. I fuck with that, homie.
I feel like some would, but I feel like most won't.
I fuck with that. Because when you say boss bitch, that's a term that get thrown around like narcissist and shit. Everybody's a narcissist and every bitch is a boss bitch. But it's like what you said, though. They got to prioritize this over that. And that ain't something that most bitches want to do or can do.
Maintain.
To maintain.
Over a long time.
Over a long period of time. Okay, so you can't be a boss bitch for 2 days. You got to be that forever.
I feel like you could be, I feel like it's, you can do it in sprints. But I feel like over a long enough time, just like hormones and stuff, like it's in a woman's biology to like want a baby, to like want to start a family. That's just biology. You feel me? So it's like the boss woman kind of thing encourages you to extend that, delay that as long as possible. Delay companionship with a man. Delay raising a family. Delay wifely duties, blah, 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 blah. Delay. Because I can freeze my eggs. Because it's 2025 and we have Oprah and we have Tyra Banks and Jada Smith, you know, and they all, you like, so I can do it too. And it's just like, you can, but everything is a trade-off. So it's like sometimes a trade is not worth it.
Do you think boss bitches are happy?
I don't know. You have to ask a boss bitch, but some of them don't seem happy. Some of them don't seem happy, and some of the actions come from a bitter place. It's like a happy woman wouldn't say and do such things.
Man, say it again.
You feel me? I mean, I don't know if they happy, but what I know is a happy woman wouldn't say the stuff y'all be saying. You feel me?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's giving jaded.
Jaded like a motherfucker, like a dull ass butter knife butcher. Yeah, just fucked off. Because it's interesting that you said that, and that's why actually you think they happy, man, because the bitches that aspire to be, in my estimation, just from what I've seen, my observations, bro, it seems like it's more of a competition with men thing rather than something that you just have a desire to want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could say that I've dated, you know, quote unquote boss bitches before or whatever, you know what I mean? But when I would talk to certain women, you know what I'm saying, that would have that sort of like energy about them, the things they would say as it pertained to men, right? It would have a negative connotation, and I would always have to, you know, sprinkle some game to kind of bring it back to what we was, you know what I mean? Just because I can tell that you have a sourness towards men. And it ain't no wonder why. It's a lot of fucked up men out here that do a lot of fucked up shit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about just like Jeffrey Dahmer type motherfuckers, but just like also motherfuckers who might just play with a bitch's feelings and shit like that. That's why I try to keep it, you know, with the cane and just saying it straight up if you ask me a question about the type of guy I am.
Because, ain't no dog.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Only because I think that that's some sucker shit, you know? But when you say excuse me, like they unhappy and they trying to prioritize one thing over another, and that's why I asked, like, how you gonna be able to do that if this is so strong in you? And I think that you can do it if you have this fierce rivalry with men. You're able to prioritize this over that because you have an objective, you have a goal, and it's something that's driving you, right? And hate is stronger than love, man.
What you mean?
Hate is stronger than love. That's what I believe. I don't believe that a motherfucker can love something and go for it as much as a motherfucker that hate something and go for it, man. Like a person will literally kamikaze themselves to get a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it, bro. And I've even asked, like, why are you doing all of this? Like, you got all of this going for you, this, you, that. And it's a hate, it's a rage thing. So I don't see a motherfucker doing it, like, orderly. Because in that sense, I don't see them prioritizing one over the other, like you say. But the motherfucker that's prioritizing it over this emotional thing that's innate, like you said, wanting to have children and all that type of shit, that come from an emotional thing, right? But to prioritize these career-minded things over that, I would assume that you have some sort of competition that you're playing out in your own head that maybe it's somebody that you seek out. So as a guy, right, you have this show here. You may not necessarily compete with other shows, but you do probably have a standard that you want to reach. So that's the motivation, right? It's that standard. Yeah. I mean, I guess a bitch could say Oprah is her standard that she wants to reach.
A boss, yeah.
I don't see it like that, homie. Like a dude who wants to reach Michael Jordan status, or you know what I mean, somebody wants to be Floyd Mayweather. I don't see it in that same kind of way because it'll be pertaining to a specific craft. You know what I'm saying? If I want to be the best podcaster, I might look at a Joe Rogan or a Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying, for that motivational purpose. You know what I'm saying? But to look at an Oprah, you got to be in her space of what, talk show host or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Got her so much money. Then I can see you looking at it in that way. But if you work at Arby's or some shit, or you know what I'm saying, you got some type of other thing that you do, I can't necessarily see the correlation. Now maybe you can break it down to me, you know what I'm saying? But as far as it being impractical or practical, I would say that it's more practical to focus on the field that you in, and you could be the best in that field. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with being the best wife or being the best mother. You know what I'm saying? If you're in that field, because the innate, emotion to want to have a family, to want to have kids and shit like that. Why can't that be something that, you know, a bitch want to compete with another bitch about? They'll compete with a bitch about ass and titties. Oh, I got to get my body done. This bitch ain't finna look better than me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got to work hard because I'm finna get this type of car. These bitches ain't finna be riding better than me. But as far as like, damn, I need to do some cooking. I need to do some recipes. I need to goddamn it work out. Because I'm like, what's your motivation? You know what I'm saying? So if being a boss bitch is your motivation, I don't know if I can really stand it. Them would be the bitches that I would have fun with.
What you mean?
So it's certain women that I can have fun with and some that I can take serious. And one is much larger than the other. It's only like a small circle of women that I can actually take you serious. And it's gonna be, you know, because of the conversations that we having, some of her habits and shit like that she do. And I ain't got to tell her. But in my mind, I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna ever fuck with this bitch for real. You know what I'm saying? But a woman who I can tell is well-rounded, you know what I'm saying, very balanced, you know what I'm saying, and not even humble, because I wanna dress you up. You know what I'm saying? I'm into fashion on a major level, so I like for my woman to look good while she's standing next to me, because I look good. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't so much about keeping you down to be able to take you serious, right? It's about who you are to be able to take you serious. Man, these motherfuckers is wolves in sheep clothing, man. They come disguised as something that they not, and at the last minute reveal to you who they are, and now you got to make a decision. Do I stay invested in this person because I've been invested emotionally, even financially? Sometimes when you find out this is a motherfucking monster in front of me, like this is a raving lunatic, this bitch is screaming and shit, I don't know where this came from. You like, god damn. A lot of dudes that try to work it out, man. I done seen it, man. I done seen it. I done seen niggas try to domesticate a 3-headed dog. What's that dog on Harry Potter, man, that they had to put it to sleep and shit? That motherfucker wake up, bitch, you know what I'm saying? You got to tiptoe past your bitch because she'll tear your head off. Where you going? Nah, man, I can't take no bitch like that serious at all, man. We might be able to have some fun because this is the way I look at it. I think that's easier for them to just have fun. You know what I mean? I don't think they want to be no 3-headed dog. I think the pressures of being in a relationship and being expected to meet certain standards, it weighs down on certain bitches and they can't perform the task. Meanwhile, others exceed expectations. You know what I mean? You asked me if I was single or taken. I'm with somebody and she exceeds expectations. You know what I'm saying? One thing I tell her, you have a great attitude. I wish all bitches had your attitude. The world would be a better place. Now, of course, she wish all dudes was like me. So we both some wishful motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But just to highlight the type of personality and attitude that she has, that's why I can take her seriously. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, while I'm taking you seriously, you got to know who I am. The cane on me. You know what I mean? So it's some give and take there. You know what I mean? Because if you got options, bro, and you highly sought after for whatever reason, it don't got to be because you know, good looking or something. It could be because you successful. You know what I'm saying? You got this great studio here, bro. I know they clucking.
Bro,
I
swear
know
to
they
God.
clucking. You know what I'm saying? Because they see what you working with. You know, bitches are hypergamous, you know? And half the time they'll tell you looks don't really matter to them. And I believe it on a certain level, because you looking for something else. You know what I'm saying? To fulfill that void of the looks department. Nigga got a bankroll like Jeff Bezos. But we saw what happened with Leonardo DiCaprio standing right next to him and his bitch on that red carpet. What? Oh, you didn't see that video? No. Oh man, you gotta Google it. Jeff Bezos, Leonardo DiCaprio and his wife. And Jeff Bezos is Jeff Bezos, richest man in the world, whatever the fuck, right? Leonardo DiCaprio is still Leonardo DiCaprio. So that bitch was like this.
Because he's still Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's still Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I'm saying? But she with this motherfucker based on what he got. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't always because of how we look. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's up to you if you want to take a bitch like that serious. He should have saw that and made, you know, whatever decision he needed to make after that. But if he keep going, that's on him. She already showed you who she is. I can't be mad at a woman for showing me who she is. You know what I'm saying? The sooner the better. You know what I'm saying? So even the ones that, you know, got away from me or I got away from them, I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm where I'm supposed to be.
It's still love.
It's always love, homie. Like, Even the last bitch was crazy than some bitch, but you know what, man, I don't hate that bitch, man, because I realized, you know, when you fucking with women, man, you learn their stories, man. You learn about things that they done been through, you know, and I'm not a sympathetic motherfucker, but I'm a man of understanding, great understanding, you know. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you know, 360 degrees, you know what I'm saying? Talk that God shit, you know what I'm saying? So I got understanding, bro, and that's what came with the universe, you know, understanding, you know? So knowledge is first, that's the man, wisdom is second, that's the woman, understanding is third, that's the child.
Wow.
So you got to have both, my man. You got to have both in order to get that understanding, you know what I'm saying? And so the knowledge is the information that you get from this bitch. You know what I'm saying? The wisdom is how you perceive the information that you're getting. And the understanding is when you put both of those together, now you know who's standing in front of you. So once you know that, you're supposed to make your decision off that and deal with whatever come with that. Same way for them dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? Me telling them who I am, them using their wisdom to discern whether or not I'm the guy they should fuck with, and then having that understanding to say, no, I chose him. I'm going to fuck with him.
How do you, because you was talking about the difference between a player and then you said a sucker. So you said a sucker lies.
Yeah, man.
But I feel like some people misuse the word because some people will say that a player lies too.
So those that say that ain't talking to no real players. Real player ain't got no reason to lie to a bitch. Now you talking about to women, right?
To women,
just in general. A real player ain't got no reason to lie to a woman. Why would I lie to one knowing that I got another one coming after that and another one coming after that? So only reason I would lie is if I'm in fear of something, right? And that fear could be a fear of losing this bitch. But if I know I got 2, 3 of them, why am I scared to lose one? You know what I'm saying? Like Future say, thousands of bitches, it's hard to choose one. Like, it's hard to choose one, so why would I fear losing one? You actually making it easier for me, because, you know, I'm going to go fuck with that other bitch. I didn't know who I was going to fuck with tonight. You know what I'm saying? It could have went either way. It was heads or tails. And the fact that you decided to get gone, you done made it easier for me to go fuck with her now, you know? And I'm one of them ones that, you know, the quicker you get from out my way, the better. You know what I'm saying? Because you blocking that bitch's view. You know what I'm saying? That bitch that's been looking at me, eyeing me and shit, you in her way, man. So, nah, man, a simp is a motherfucker that lies. See, people get simp wrong. They think a simp is a guy who's nice. That's just a nice guy. He's not a simp because he's nice to women. You know what I'm saying? If a man is buying women flowers and candy and all that shit, or if a dude is buying a chick a car, whatever the fuck is you doing, you not a simp because you did something nice for a bitch. Now, you a simp when you trying to act like you got bitches and you don't.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying? A simp is a sucker imitating a master pimp. That's what a simp is.
Oh, that's why it sounds like pimp, but it's what
That's what it asks, because you a sucker.
Shit, I never compared it to
So simps lie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A simp is a dude, say you around, right? And you see a dude talking to this bitch, you know? And to you, it could be an innocent conversation, but, you know, they might be smiling at each other, you know? They know what they talking about, but you don't. And so he come over and say, yeah, you know, I'm fucking with her, you know what I'm saying? That bitch love me. But in reality, they was laughing about Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't even have no intimate relationship whatsoever. Yet he got you thinking that he fuck with this bitch. He's a simp for that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker walking around, or a guy that knows he got him a square girl and it's just him and his girl, but he acting like he got, you know, side bitches and shit, and he know he don't. He's a simp for that. Cause you perpetrating. You know what I'm saying? That's sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you with your girl and that's just y'all two together, and hey man, we gonna go out and roll, you coming? Nah man, I gotta go on with my girl. Man, you a simp. No, he not. He a dedicated, committed man in a relationship. He not a simp for that. You know what I'm saying?
Why do fellas like eat a dude up for like tricking on his girl?
I think them niggas be the whole time no homo. I think dudes be like either jealous or envious of that guy, or he want the bitch.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? If a dude know who your girl is, man, and he might not know her intimately or deeply, but he's seen her, he know what she look like, and he got a problem with how you treat your girl, either he's jealous of you or he want to be you. And most times, if he want to be you, he want that bitch. Because if you stop fucking with that bitch, he'll call her. Straight like that.
Scandalous.
Yeah, Joe.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's a What is a, I feel like a lot of people don't know this definition of this word, but I'm drawing a blank. But it's a, what's a trick? Because some people say a trick is the girl, but other people say the trick is the dude. But I'd be like, which one is it?
Nah, man, a trick is a dude that pay for pussy.
Okay, boom.
Yeah. Whether you pull up on Cicero somewhere, you know what I'm saying, on the track and try to get a bitch, or you know, OnlyFans and you know what I mean, or you got escorts or whatever, that's a trick. You know what I'm saying? A trick is a guy who pays for sex.
Gotcha.
That's what he is, yeah.
So if a woman pays for sex, is she a trick?
Nah, hell nah. That bitch ain't no trick.
She a square.
Nah, she ain't no square. Nah, she's a
Sugar mama?
She ain't no sugar mama. No, I can't say she's a sugar mama. She's a I'm trying to say some funny.
If you don't know, then it must not exist.
Nah, it ain't that. I can't say a woman that pays for sex is a
Some
trick.
women do.
I would say she's a charitable, you know what I mean?
Don't angel investor?
Yeah, I would say she's an investor, you know what I'm saying? I would say she's helping the community. She's an activist out here in the community.
He said we only good words. Only the best.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's an angel. But nah, man, if a bitch want to pay you, man, she's down with you, man. I can't call her no trick, man, but you could definitely call yourself a player, you know what I'm saying, a Mac or a pimp, you know, but
if you
can't.
Paid.
Yeah, man, she's paying and she would be a square broad if she ain't selling no pussy, just to be serious. If she ain't selling no pussy, yeah, she's a square broad, but that's what I mean. Like, say you got a woman that you fuck with and she's paying you, she's not paying you for sex. I don't know any woman that has to pay for sex. So that's why when you ask me, like, what is a woman that pays for? She a trick? It's like, I can't really call her that because she don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, she's more so paying for your time.
She's paying for you. She likes you. She's investing in you. She like you. That's why she giving you some money. She knows she get any motherfucker to stick their dick in her. So why would she pay for it? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker will pay her. But the fact that she's paying you, she likes you and she believe in you. She want to see you become something. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying all these great things about a woman like that, man, because usually it's the other way around and for good reason.
Have you been a sugar baby before, or like a woman pay you?
Nah, I've never been a sugar baby before, man. I've recently gotten into some other shit, man, some other lifestyle shit, man. But it ain't no sugar baby. Sugar, what you call it? Sugar
Swinging?
baby? Nah, not necessarily, but kind of, sort of, but not necessarily, man. I'm still ironing that one out, man. You know what I'm saying? But kind of, sort of, yeah. You know, on some party type time, yeah. It's kind of it's strange too, homie, because. Man, they want me to hit they broad and shit. They reaching out, man. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, like a unicorn.
Right, but that's what they call the women. They call them unicorns. They call the dudes bulls. They call the males bulls. You know what I'm saying? And it's some shit that I'm talking about literally just this year, homie.
Let me just watch.
Nah, they ain't even necessarily just watch. It's so fucking convoluted, dog. To break it all down, we'll need some hoes in here to break it all down.
Say
we have to have some women. Look, when you want to do that show and you got some, hit me for that show. Then I'll come and we can talk all about all of that. You know what I'm saying? But just us two, us two sit right here. You know what I'm saying? Unless you was finna go to something and I could tell you some pointers or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
He said we got some females here to talk about this.
It's a little too freaky, just me and you. But yeah, though, homie. I can't call a woman a trick because she paid a man, because she ain't paying him for sex, man. She paying him for his time and him. You know, she like him. Yeah, that's what I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like we just went down the whole like dating, relationship rabbit hole. But I guess the question I'm asking is like, what made you, I mean, I don't know to what extent, but choosing to be with a woman, solely her, right? Or like have a girlfriend. Kind of you loving that player lifestyle so much.
Yeah.
Kind of how did you get to that point to low-key make that sacrifice or like be willing to make that trade?
Yeah, man, you got to stay busy, man. So I like to stay busy. You know what I mean? Not only do I make music and model and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm a screenwriter, you know what I'm saying? So I'm writing a novel and a screenplay right now, you know what I'm saying? Acting and shit like that, you know, I went to LA and did some things. Shout out to LS Studios, you know what I mean? And just like performing in the city, you know what I'm saying? Doing shows and whatnot. Shout out to Next Showcase USA. But you know, it's ways to keep yourself disciplined if that's what that's what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So outside of just fucking with bitches, man, I'm a busy guy as it is. But you right, man. I can't help myself. So even with being in a relationship, quote unquote, the monogamy part still ain't been mastered. You know what I'm saying? So I can't necessarily answer that because it ain't true. You know what I'm saying?
You still working on it?
Yeah, I'm still working on that part, man. It's a constant thing, man. You got to be consistent with it. But, you know, I just try to make sure I'm giving the love and attention and shit that's necessary, you know, so that way I can do my thing. But even with doing my thing, I try to calm it down, man. So when I have my playtime, it's been like the shit that I was just talking about, you know what I'm saying? Just as a way to compromise, so to speak, you know what I mean? So what ended up happening, bro, some bitches got into some fights, man. Some wild, crazy ass shit happened. So I got a tape that I put out earlier this year in March called Last Summer. So the summer of 2024, man, was a doozy. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking with multiple women. That was what my lifestyle was, right? And so one of my women decided to move down south. You know what I'm saying? She was fed up, so to speak, you know. And so, not that she wanted to leave me, she wanted me to start what I was doing, but I said, I think you should go find a guy for you that you want to, you know, for what you want to do right now. You want to have a family and whatnot. I'm not ready for that right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
32. I said, I think you should go find somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's where it led her. And so that freed up time to fuck with, you know what I'm saying, my other bitch. But the thing about that is, you drop one, you pick up another. That's just how the game goes. It's cop and blow. So I ended up picking up another chick. Now, she turned out to be a model, you know what I'm saying? And she was somebody that I had worked with prior. Now, one thing about me is I pay all the models I work with, and I don't feel on them. I don't get intimate with them or nothing like that. I don't try to be sexual with them or nothing like that. So if you want to talk to any model, not you, but anybody talk to any model that I've ever worked with, they'll tell you like, nah, he was cool. He never, you know what I'm saying, laid nothing on me. And so that woman, I hadn't worked with in over 3 years. So I was like, you know what? I want to talk to her about working with her again. You know what I'm saying? So I invited her out. We go out and shit. And just how the night was, bro, it didn't feel like we was meeting for business, bro. It felt like a date. And so by it didn't feeling like we was meeting for business, bro, we didn't really get a chance to talk business like that. We just kicked it and had fun and enjoyed each other, you know? And that led from one day doing it to her doing it again and again. And next thing you know, shit, within a month, I was in Jamaica with her.
Wow.
Yeah, within a month she had paid for the shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Once I got to the resort, though, I had to pay like my own resort fees and shit. But, you know, she had already had the shit booked and everything. And so she was like, you want to come? And I'm like, fuck it. Had to go get an expedited passport, all that. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
Yeah, had to go do all that shit just to make sure I could get on. And we went to Jamaica. So, you know what I'm saying? So crazy the whole time I'm in Jamaica. My other chick don't know where I'm at. And so she reaching out and whatnot, and I had to tell her like, look, man, I'm not really feeling it right now, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'll holler at you in a few days or whatever. But I didn't tell her where I was, and I didn't tell her what I was doing, but I just told her like, right now I'm not really feeling it right now, I'll holler at you. And so when I got back, you know what I'm saying, to Chicago, I still ain't right away get up with her, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing things, I'm busy and whatnot. So when I finally had some time to get up with her, right, I'm like, look, we gonna kick it tonight, you know what I'm saying? You can come to the crib or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, okay, cool. She was excited and shit, you know. But the other chick called me. Chick I went to Jamaica with, she called me.
You really feeling?
No, I'm feeling both of them. No, don't get fucked up, man. Even the girl that went down south on me, man, I feel all my bitches, man. Yeah, you know, like as far as like how long I've known them, that's gonna determine like what slot they in and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like me liking one more than the other, I couldn't really say. It's not really based on that. It's based on what is our vibe, what is our connection. So we have different connections and vibes, you know. So the other one, I had a great connection and vibe with her, you know what I'm saying? And so what ended up happening was she came to the crib. And so before she came to my crib, though, I got a call from my other girl, from my model girl. She called me and shit. And she was like, yeah, I'm out tonight, whatever. You know, I want to come over. I'm like, nah, not tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm busy tonight. You know, I'm going to be doing some writing and shit like that. So I don't want you to come through. I don't want no company. You know what I'm saying? So as far as I knew, that was square. You know what I'm saying? The other girl come through. We in the crib. We chilling and shit. So lights is out. Movie on TV. On the couch cuddling and shit, you know. Oh, no. And in the background, like, off to the side, my phone is lighting up, going off, man. It look like a Christmas tree over there, bitch. And the corner look like it's Christmas lights over. So I'm paying it no attention because it's on mute, you know what I'm saying? But then the phone call stops. So I'm like, okay, cool. Then it's knocking on the door.
Oh no.
So I own a property, right? I own a building and shit, and so it's outside door that you can't get to the inside from. So I hit knocking on the outside door, and I got tenants and shit. So I'm like, telling her might be one of the tenants. They trying to get in touch with somebody. Yeah, so I'm playing it like that just to keep everything square because I'm thinking this bitch gonna leave. It's been like, I want to say a month in like a few days, bro.
Ain't no way.
You know what I'm saying? No way this somebody that's gonna try to keep knocking, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's like, it don't look like I'm here, you know what I'm saying? I answer my phone or the door. So we chilling, the knocking stops. Next thing you know, I hear, garage door open. I say, what the fuck? Okay, so I get up and shit, you know what I'm saying? I tell her, I already know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I tell my girl, I say, stay in here. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to handle it. Just stay here, just stay put. Now, I got on silk pajamas the whole time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got on my crimson red silk pajamas, And I go outside, man, and I see this bitch done hop my back gate.
She's the runner.
She hopped, man, homie, listen. So she done hopped the back gate, man. But her homegirl is on the outside of the gate laughing at her and shit because she must have like hurt herself trying to jump.
Jesus,
them black gates with the shit.
They not short.
Yeah. She jumped on the garbage can in the alley and jumped over the gate and shit and hurt herself and, you know what I'm saying, pushed the door open or whatever, right? And so I come out there, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you doing here? Like, why is you here right now? You're not supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? You need to leave. I'm like, yo, you need to leave and shit, right? I'm trying to smooth it out.
Can't make this shit up, guys.
I swear, man, listen, this is all facts, homie. This is no cap, right? So I'm like, yo, you gotta get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I told you not to come here. Why you here? She's like, yo, I just wanted to see you. Woo, woo, woo. So as she talking, guess who come outside?
Oh my God.
Yeah. As she talking, my other girl come outside. So when she come outside, they both, you know what I mean, look like pit bulls, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to lock up. So I quickly, you know what I'm saying, instantly get between them. I say, listen, because they like, who is you? Who is you? You know what I'm saying? This is my nigga. This is my nigga.
My God.
And I say, listen, I've been fucking with her for this long. I've been fucking with her recently. You know what I'm saying? I was with her, whoop, out of town. Look, I've been fucking with her out the band. Now, I understand if y'all both angry, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to ever talk to me or see me again, I get it, but that's the truth. That's what's going on. So ain't got to be no questions going on. Ain't got to be no fussing. I'm coming clean. I ain't finna lie to nobody, but you wasn't invited. You was invited. Whatever y'all both want to leave, it's completely up to y'all. And so from there, the chicks started doing their little talking because, you know, they even if you didn't explain it in the short terms,
emotional.
They still want to say something, right? So check this, man. The one girl was like, you know what, you can have him. The girl that was in the house with me, she was like, you know what, you can have him. She getting ready to leave.
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just completely just stole off her, just doom, you know what I'm saying? And from there it was on. And so I'm breaking them up and shit, you know what I'm saying? Started in my yard.
Y'all look crazy in the yard.
Bro. And I was able to get it to the alley and shit, right? So they in the alley tussling around and shit. I keep separating them, you know what I mean? And the one girl that hit the girl first, you know, she is, you know, she out of her mind, you know? So I'm talking to her like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? This and that. She was like, you know what? You, fuck you, this, that. I was like, okay, cool. But, you know, like, this is over with, you know? And I was telling her, like, you know, just get the fuck on, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, she wanted to apologize to the old girl, but shit, man, the damage was done. You know, you done socked her up and shit. So now she come back with a box cutter, homie.
Oh, no.
About this long.
Oh, no.
I'm talking about, I don't even know where she got it. You know what I'm saying? Because one minute I look, she gone. The next minute I look, she come back with that bitch like this, man. Waving
Harry
that,
Potter.
Man, what? Waving that bitch. I'm like, man, bitch. So she done caught her on the arm.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Put that shit down. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I got it backwards, bro. It wasn't a box cutter first. She came with the blick first. I got it backwards. My fault. I got the story backwards. She came with a gun first, but she had the clip out. And she went and hit her in the head with the gun behind my back and shit. And then she put the clip in or whatever it was. And I said, man, go put that shit. What the fuck is you doing, man? Put that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
This the 1 month girl.
This the one that was in the house with me that got, you know, she The other girl got the best of her in the tussle.
So she went back and split.
So she went and got that because I guess she felt like, and the other girl wouldn't leave. So in her mind, she fighting for what, I don't know. I can't rationalize it on me. I know that I didn't want it. And so I told her, man, go put that shit up right now. Go in the goddamn house. Now my neighbor, he's sitting out there, he watching this shit.
Eating popcorn.
Man, literally, he like an old school cat, so he watching this shit, just can't believe it, Then she come back with the box cutter or whatever and cut the girl. I tell her again, man, go put that shit up. So she leave again, And the other girl, she don't want to leave at this point. Now, before all of that happened, I'm steady trying to get the one girl to leave, bro. I had to literally grab her and put her in a car. I'm telling her homegirl to drive off. This is before weapons came out. This is before all that. They got their little scrap out the way, you know what I'm saying? I put the girl in a car and I tell her friend, drive off. Her friend is just sitting there on her phone, behind the driver's seat. So while she's sitting there, not leaving, she get back out the car. You know what I'm saying? So I'm steady trying, and it's like, yo, when you got bitches fighting and they drunk and all this type of shit, it's like, you want some assistance from the motherfucker that's not fighting. And if this is your homegirl, this is and this is why bitches gotta really look at who they call their friend. Why would your friend wanna watch you crash out over something and you know you in the wrong? Like, why would your friend bring you somewhere unannounced that you wasn't invited to, and then on top of that, once y'all start fighting, leave you there once it's already out the way, and you won a fight. Like, you won a little brief scuffle that was there before the dude got in between everybody. So at that point, you don't want to fuck with the dude no more. You done hit the chick, so you feel like you got your little whatever off. Drive off and leave. Then drive off, then leave. Get back out the car doing that shit some more. So to make a long story less long, bro, the girl, man, she just wouldn't stop coming back. So at this point, I'm inside the gate with the girl that was already in the house with me, and we inside the gate. She keep trying to get in the gate, and I'm trying to stop her from getting in the gate. This bitch say, I know how to make her leave. Man, she maced the bitch on me. She maced her.
Damn.
Maced her. Now this whole time, all this happening, bro, I'm steady talking to both of them, like, why the fuck is you doing that? Why the fuck is you doing that? Because as the dude in the middle, that's why I came clean in the beginning. So that none of that would have had to happen. It wasn't no line going on. It wasn't no dragging my feet about it like, well, nah, straight up, hey, woo, 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 woo. So, man, go ahead on. I'm a piece of garbage, woo, out the band. You ain't got to fuck with me no more. You ain't got to like me. You know what I'm saying? But there ain't no need for nothing further. You know what I'm saying? But them bitches said, man, you taking it down, I'm taking it further. You know what I'm saying? So they took that shit further than it had to be taken. And make a long story less long, the one girl was able to get in her car and leave. The police came and everything because her homegirl called the police. So with police come and everything, right? I got blood on me and shit. She swinging on me and whatnot, So I'm deflecting punches and shit. But a couple of them bitches connected. Got me good.
Damn.
So I responded in kind, but I didn't beat her down. But stop. And so when the police get there and shit, I'm like, yo, woo, 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 I'm trying to get them to take her away. But she's so irate. But this is the wildest part, dog. I'm talking to her the whole time. She's swinging at me and shit. And she like, you knew that I'm like, yeah, this is who I am. I'm a player. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with bitches. That's why I told you couldn't come. We talking this whole time. Because she's still mad, but she don't want to leave. Now, it ain't just because, she don't want to leave because of me. She don't want to leave because of what happened to her. And so when the police get their ambulance and all that type of shit, they trying to get her, looked at so she can, go home or whatnot. So I'm trying to tell her, like, look, just go with the police. Just go with the ambulance. You know what I'm saying? They're going to take care of you, whatever. And so the police literally let her do what she wanted to do. She was like, what the fuck? I promise you, man, the police ain't shit. Especially in Chicago. Man, the police ain't shit, homie. They do not do well when it come to stopping shit. They can only come after some shit been done, but they don't stop nothing, and they don't know how to control situations. Now, she's a very beautiful woman, so that might have something to do with it. Because anytime we had a situation, homie, that bitch was able to get her way no matter what. What? Was able to get her way. So police chance, he said, just let me talk to the police. And so she looking at me, talking to me, and I said, hey, man, it's only been a month and some change. It ain't like you in love with me or something. And she looked at me and she said, what if I am? And I was like, damn. Okay, but still, I don't know what you want me to, you know what I mean? And so they wrap up and everything, and they tell me go in the house, like go in the house and shit. So I go in the house, man. I throw on some clothes and shit, man. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Your own house.
I'm my own joint because they all around and shit. So I bail out, man. And I set my alarm and shit, you know. And then I get an alarm code. She done came back to my joint and tried to get back in my shit or whatever to see if I'm still there. Yeah, that shit happened for like 2 days. So I go to my uncle crib, man. I'm gonna tell you this whole story. I go to my uncle crib. This is last summer, homie. I listen to my tape last summer. So I go to my uncle crib, man. I'm chilling with my uncle, man. We talking about the shit. We laughing or whatever. Like, it's some crazy ass shit he ain't ever seen the likes of in his life, right? And so the next morning, you know, I got to go check on the one girl that was down there with me because I don't know what's up with her. So I go check on her, talk to her and everything like that. She mad and the motherfucker at me, you know what I'm saying? But she still love me though. She just mad at me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling her too, like, man, I'm sorry about this and that, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't my intention for none of this to happen, you know? And I understand if you don't want to see me no more. She kind of like, oh, you know, that ain't really an option, but you know, she mad. So right after I leave her, I go see the other girl. You gotta know what's going on. At least I gotta know what's going on because there's some crazy ass shit that happens. So how am I finna just go on about diddly die, diddly do without knowing exactly what's going on with everybody? So I had to go slide on her because I owe her some sort of, you know, conversation as well. It's the same thing though. She mad, but she don't want to stop fucking with me. Like, she mad and shit like that, but it's like she really want to fight her and get it. I'm like, nah, let that just be over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just let it be over with. So she say she want justice. I say you should seek justice, but I can't in good conscience let you go attack this woman. You know what I'm saying? Cause that ain't what the fuck I'm doing none of this for. So they wanted to take it to court. So they take it to court. Yeah, they take it to court. So while they take it to court, bro, they in court trying to figure it out. The girl want me to show up on her behalf. Other girl want me to show up on her behalf. I tell them both, nah, I can't. Cause I know what part I played in this. So how I'm finna go stand over there with you or stand over here with you knowing that I was in the middle of all this. And I came clean from the jump. Not only that, the girl that was downstairs with me at first knew what type of guy I am because I was in the house with another girl and she was the one that jumped over gates and shit like that but the difference is the one girl stayed in the house and didn't come outside. You know what I'm saying? So they never got no tussling going on. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, I'm not a guy who's prejudiced in terms of the women I date.
What you mean?
So I date women of all races. If you a good person, you know what I'm saying, I'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? It just so happens, coincidentally, the ones who got the fighting was black and the one that stayed in the house was an Italian white woman. But anyways, they went to court, you know what I'm saying, did whatever, and it ended up going in one person's favor, you know what I'm saying? So
obviously, who jumped the gate?
Nah, the other one. But even though it went in one person's favor, neither one of them is happy about this shit. And so at multiple times, man, I let it be known, like, we can, you know, just kill it. They don't want to stop, though. And because I'm not knowing the severity of it because I ain't never dealt with it before. So I'm still trying to make sure this one is okay. She going through trauma. She done been cut. She ain't never been cut before. So I can't just leave her to deal with that trauma alone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still talking to her, fucking with her. This one over here, she's dealing with a different kind of trauma. She ain't never had to go to court and all this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm not seeing her as much, at the same time, I'm in conversation with both of them. You know what I mean? And then it got to be too much for the other lady, you know? And so she stopped fucking with me. And now I'm just really fucking with the one chick, you know? But at the same time, I'm who I am. You know what I'm saying? And that situation culminated into me and her getting into it. And so me and her had like this toxic shit, bro, where like, I thought that her fighting the girl was just because there was a girl here. I didn't know that she just liked to fight ass bitch. It turns out she's a like to fight motherfucker. And so, like, that night was the first night, so, but that was understandable, you know what I'm saying? I looked at it like, no, I did some grieving type shit, but I told you couldn't come over here, so nobody ever thinks about that. Nobody think about the man that try to prevent a bad situation from coming, even though everybody know everybody. You know what I'm saying? The bitch don't know the bitch, but they both know me. And if you know me, you know the kind of guy I am, so if I'm not answering your calls, the last thing you should do is show up at my house.
Because you know I'm with a...
You're going to find out something you don't want to know. Or if you did want to know, you would ask, and I'll tell you like I always do, and you would stop. You wouldn't fuck with me to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So nobody talk about the preventative measures that one tries to take in order to stop this shit from going as crazy as this shit be going. But you know what? I said this all had to happen for me to see how I should play the game differently coming up. I've been doing this shit for over like 10, 15 years or some shit, you know? So now at this point of the game, I have to play it a little differently.
Pivot.
That's why I got somebody now.
Oh, it's getting too crazy.
Bro, God will show you in different ways. Excuse me. Like how you should change up. And so the girl shit, man, like her liking a fight and shit. Like, so her birthday last year and shit, right? We went to like a rooftop dinner she threw, you know what I'm saying? So I show up, I'm kind of late, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. If don't none of her homegirls, her homeboys like you and shit, that's going to be another reason why she hang on to you, because don't nobody like you. You know what I'm saying? Mama, daddy, sister, brothers. Man, I'm not well liked, homie. Like, people are like me, but it's my, you know, just my assumption, right? My presumption. They like me for reasons not connected to the person that they connected to. You know what I'm saying? So they might be attracted to me. They might think I'm funny. They might think I'm cool. But when it comes to me dating the prettiest girl in their family, they don't like that. Nobody like for nobody to date the prettiest girl in their family, especially not no player ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, the prettiest girls in the family end up going with guys of a certain caliber. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is I go to the birthday dinner and shit. Everything was cool at first, you know, meeting all these people I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I even apologized to the homegirls that came during the little melee situation and told them like, yo, I'm sorry y'all had to see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already apologized to her, but I'm extending that to y'all even because y'all was a part of it one way or another. You know what I'm saying? I hope that don't affect us moving forward, this, that, and other. And they was actually like, damn, thank you. Like, nobody's ever, you know what I'm saying, said no shit like that. Like, damn, thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? That very same night, though, homie, we leave a rooftop place, restaurant or whatever. We finna go to a club and shit. And so it's some people in the car and shit. I'm driving. She get into like a little, what do you call it, verbal altercation, but not really, just a little misunderstanding with a friend of hers. And so when he get out the car, she started talking to me like, is you with him or me? I'm like, I don't even know buddy like that. Like, I know him through you, so what is you talking about? So she don't want to go to the club now. You know what I'm saying? So I pull off. We driving and shit. She tell me to pull over. Like, I ain't pulling over. Is you crazy? Stop the car. I want to get out the car right now. Now, mind you, I'm telling you, I only been fucking with this bitch for like a couple months at this point now. By the time we get to her birthday, it's only been a couple of months. So, all right, you want to get out the car? What the fuck? So I pull over. I let her out the car. So when she get out the car, she walk off. I got the car behind her. I'm like, get back in the car. What is you doing? Stop this shit. You know what I'm saying? So she just walking and shit, not paying me no mind. I had some dozen roses I had gave her in a card and shit. So she got all the roses and shit walking. And I realized, like, the fuck? The fuck I'm chasing you for? I said, I ain't no bitch. I got in the car and pulled the fuck off. So I pull off, riding, you know what I'm saying, hitting a couple blocks and shit. Like, I'm gonna let this bitch marinate for a little bit. Nah, no phone call. No phone call. I'm gonna let her marinate for a little bit. So then I pull back around to where I let out the car at, you know. So I get out the car, see she standing up with 2 police officers crying and shit, and they hugging her and shit. The flowers is all scattered across the ground, all fucked up. So as I'm walking toward her, I'm, you know, say, hey, you know what? Police know who I am. Get out of here, you know, whatever. I'm like, no, I'm saying, get out of here. So I'm like, all right, she must be in good hands. You know, she got a phone. Maybe she called one of her friends or something. Somebody's going to come get her or whatever. But she not coming to me, and they not letting me go to her. So I leave, I go home. So when I go home, I pull in my garage, homie. I'm there for like maybe 3 minutes, bro. Who come walking in my garage? Her. I don't even know where the fuck her car at, and I don't know how the fuck, but she walks in the garage. And so when she walk in the garage, she start tripping out and shit. I'm still sitting in my car, but the door open, you know, the door ajar and shit. And she go to kick my car, so now I get out the car from her kicking my shit. Say, hey, don't kick my motherfucking car, calm that shit down. You know, I had to get that. Hey, now. She started swinging on me something crazy, dog. I bullshit you not. I got a song called Red Leather where I talk about this, you know what I'm saying? And I had to respond in kind. And at one point, bro, so I must have smacked her back, right? And I got her by her wrist, so she can't, you know, hit me and shit like that. Just trying to calm her down. I'm stronger than you, so you can't do nothing. You know, the knees and the dick and all that type of shit. So I'm like, fuck. So, make a long story less long and shit, you know, she ended up walking down the alley after our little kerfuffle and shit. She walking down the alley. So I called them people, because I don't know where she at. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going to happen with her. I know they was just with her, though. You know what I'm saying? So I called them people like, hey, you know, woo, this, that, and the other. So I walked down the alley to see if I could find her. So by the time I find her, she at the end of the alley just sitting down, nice-ass dress on. And so I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Now we start walking back toward my spot. Police pull up. They get out the car again. The police ain't shit, homie. I got my shirt off and shit. You can tell we been tussling and shit. I look a little nuts. She look a little nuts. You can tell something ain't right. But because of her level of attraction, they just want to fuck on her. Oh. You know what I'm saying? So at one point, I'm standing far away because I'm thinking they finna take her away. Something finna go down, but I'm thinking this finna be over with. And so they like, listen, man, she wants to go back in the house. I said, no, man, she don't want to go in the house with me. I said, I don't want to go in the house with her. They're like, come on, man. Listen, you guys had it, you know, woo-woos, late, da-da-da-da. Police. I said, homie, if this was the other way around, y'all would not tell her to go in the house with me. The fact that you telling me to go in the house with her, but you would not tell her to go in the house with me, let me know y'all some bullshit motherfuckers. So make a long story less long, we go in the house. I still end up going in the house. We're going, because I live here. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to leave. They don't want to, you know, tell her to leave. So they end up, I'm like, fuck it, come on, man. Because again, I'm not thinking this is indicative of chronic behavior. I'm thinking that, you know, it's your birthday, you drunk, the look, whatever, you tripping out or whatever, you still probably mad at what happened 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. We go in the crib, now we talking again. We in the crib, bro. And I looked at her, I said, you crazy motherfucker. I said, but I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna fuck with your crazy ass. Just to see, I'm gonna fuck with you. And then we fucked. And I ain't gonna lie to you, homie. It seemed like every time we had a little and we fucked, it was like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, like it was like some women is like that. And I never dealt with a woman like that before, who want to fight before they fuck because they make the sex better. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call it, makeup sex or whatever. They look, man, it's like some other shit. And it wasn't just like her. I'm responding to it too. But I didn't want to like it. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around and smoke crack for the first time. Now you a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like, I don't want to get involved in a toxic habit. Yeah, I don't want to get involved in no type of toxic ass situation with a female. You know what I'm saying? But there was another incident, homie. You know what I'm saying? It happened to be a few more incidents, dog. This shit got so wild, dog. The police ended up locking the bitch up one night. She kicked my whole door into my property. She kicked the whole door in.
She's strong,
bro. So because of the other two incidents, I told her, I said, look, no more hitting. We can't have this. I had to teach like a kindergarten. Look, no hitting. You know what I'm saying? You get frustrated or mad or whatever, like just talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I can talk. You know what I'm saying? I can talk all motherfucking day. I do that. Hitting and shit like that, I'm not gonna respond well to that. So let's not do that. You know what I'm saying? And she'll have this look in her eyes, homie, like, you know what I'm saying? She would just have this bugged out look and shit, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I would like point out, what's going on up there in that head of yours? Because her eyes were just, you know what I'm saying, were freak. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, listen, I done tried to do it this way. Now let me try it another way. I'm not finna engage. You know what I'm saying? Because her thing was, we have a little situation or something, she finna pull up. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, sisters, please stop pulling up on niggas. Stop coming to people's house. Don't pull up on bitches. Stop doing that as black folks. Stop the pull up shit. Cause don't nothing good happen from it. And you think I'ma lose? I want to win. I want to do whatever it takes to win. Winning don't always mean what people think it mean. So this time I said, I'm going to stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? Beating on the door, kicking in some windows and shit. So I call them. People say, hey, man, somebody outside tripping out, man. You know what I'm saying? But I tried to call her before she got there. Because her thing is, you know, we got something going on. She coming. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I got 2 phones. You know what I'm saying? People's on one phone. She on another phone. I say, hey, look, this bitch coming. Y'all got to get here. Sir, who are you talking about? Look, this bitch is coming. Get the fuck over here. Y'all don't know. So
12.
you know what I'm saying? So they pull up and shit, right? It's some lame ass police officer with his partner and shit. He lame as hell. He telling me like, see, why are you answering the phone? You should block her phone number and you're answering the phone. You're the reason. I say, homie,
Gaslighting
if I don't answer the phone, I don't know what this bitch doing. I don't know where the fuck she at. Not answering the phone ain't finna make it no better. At least I can give y'all some information because I know
she gonna be on,
you know
on the roof.
So she calling me. I'm like, she calling me. Man, they talk to the bitch. Tell the bitch, like, look, he don't want to da-da-da, this, that, and other, woo-woo-woo. You know what I'm saying? But they like, look, she not here. We can't wait for her. We got to go. So they leave. I promise to you. They leave, bro. I promise to you. Next thing you know, the bitch pop up, shorty. When she pop up, she get the kicking in windows and shit like that. Yeah, I'm back, motherfucker. I promise to you, the bitch was like the doll of Chucky.
You can't make this shit
She
up,
was like
bro.
the bride of Chucky, bro. She would pop the fuck up and shit, bro. So I'm like, oh man, this bitch here. So I got them peoples on the horn. Again, I don't want to respond the way I responded the first few times because that shit only we end up fucking or some shit. So before them people can get there, homie, she kicked the whole door in, dog. I'm talking about on the fucking. Bro,
Off the hinges.
Bro, she kicked it in, so it's still on the hinge, but the wood frame, she splintered that shit. Cause this bitch had some thick ass thighs.
Yeah, she's strong.
She's strong, homie. The bitch was strong. That's why she was, tussling with that other bitch. And a couple times me and her, like, she's strong. So when she kicked the door in, she couldn't get to the inside of my joint. You know what I'm saying? But by the time she do that, she leave out. So I come out, she know where to be found. The people get there, she know where to be found. I say, this bitch ain't done. You know what I'm saying? So when they come, I say, matter of fact, there the bitch go right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when the bitch pulled back up, she bailed out the car, talking crazy or whatever, try to run toward me. They grab her and shit. So the sergeant out there, because they done been out there a few times, man, for this person. I say, hey, man, what's going to shit? Oh, we got to take her in. We done been out here too many times for her, So they take her in and shit. Because they take her in and shit, I know they finna let her go. You know what I'm saying? They gonna give her I-bond. So I had to go downtown, you know what I'm saying, to do like the little order of protection and all that shit. Cause at this point, I'm thinking like, it ain't just me, it's my assets now. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about me, it's about the people. I'm responsible for things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still trying to do preventative measures.
She damaging your property.
So preventative measures require me to go down there and holler at them peoples, right? But this was my thing. I told her. You know what I'm saying? So the people do what they need to do. They give us a court date, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? So when they got to serve a motherfucker, she know how it go because she went to court. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm already knowing what I'm finna do. I'm dropping everything. I'm not really pressing charges on nothing. I'm dropping everything. But I got to show you the links I'm willing to go because I'm not finna lose. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that everything I built, I come from nothing. You know what I'm saying? I had my first job when I was 11 years old delivering in newspapers. My other job, picking corn at 13 and 14, buying my own school clothes and shit like that. By the time I'm 15, I'm paying bills, helping my mama out. You know what I'm saying? So I have a work ethic about me that started when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And for me to go from extreme poverty to be now where I own property and shit like that, I can't just lose it because I'm fucking with a broad. You know what I'm saying? But I'd be lying if I was to say, I ain't like that bitch. I liked that bitch. I just ain't like them things about her. She wasn't always like that. And that's what people tell themselves about an abusive person. They ain't always like that. It's like, shit, they did it once, they'll do it twice. And if they did it twice, that's what the fuck they do. You know what I'm saying? But I still show. So I text her. I'm like, damn, you cool? She sent me a picture of her in the hospital with IVs and shit attached to her, homie. So I'm like, damn, what happened? She like, I've been in the ICU, I almost died. Something inside of my body is eating me alive from the inside. So I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So at this point, everybody that she know can't stand my motherfucking ass. Everybody she know can't stand me. She in the hospital, she want me to come see her. So she told me where she was at. I tried to go see her and shit, right? And so she don't want nobody to know I'm there. But I done brought her balloons and teddy bears and whatever the fuck else she need and shit, you know. So by the time I talked to her the next day, of course they didn't know that I done came there. But they on some, he better not be here when I get here type shit. But we still got this court shit to deal with because they put a continuous on it. Now I showed up, you know, to show her what I'm on. So by the time she get out, we able to go to court. So we go to court and shit. Do like I said I'm gonna do. Dropped everything, you know what I'm saying? Made sure none of that shit was on her shit. Say, is there anywhere else I need to take you? I'm willing to drive you to these other places to make sure all this shit is straight. So we do all that, and I take her out to eat. I forgot what restaurant we went to, somewhere on State, you know, by the water or some shit. So we sitting there, we eating this shit. I'm trying to make sure everything cool. That's the whole point, you know what I'm saying? But we over with. But at the same time, knowing that I kind of got you involved with me, I want to make sure you cool. I don't know why, but that's how I am. So everything was cool, homie. We ended up going back to my crib. And no, we didn't fuck, if that's what you thinking. But we went back to my crib, right, and we just chilling or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then right after that, I take her to the crib. To me, that's it. You know what I'm saying? To me, we both done. To me, right? You know what I'm saying? If I made sure all that quest shit over with, you know what I'm saying? We went and got something to eat so we can have some sense of normalcy. And then we even came to the crib and chilled, and I didn't try to fuck you. Just to emphasize, I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? I got a phone call from her the next day. Now, she appreciate the fact that I didn't try to fuck on her, you know what I'm saying? But she want to come to my house because now she want to fuck. And so I said, nah, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm pulling up anyway, you know, that shit started. That shit started again. So I'm like, yo, dog, what the fuck do I gotta do, right? So when that bitch coming. But this time, I'm not calling the peoples. I'm gonna meet her outside. And I'm gonna try to, you know, whatever, how I can diffuse it. You know what I'm saying? Because I tried to respond the way you hit me, and then I tried to respond, let them people deal with it. Now I'm like, fuck, let me just talk to you. So she pull up, she irate and shit like that. Now when I was in the hospital, she told me a lot about her father talking to her and shit like that, even before she was in the hospital. So I know she respects her father. So I said, call your daddy. What? Why I'm calling him? I said, man, call your daddy. He the only person you respect that can talk sense to you right now because you tripping right now. So she called her daddy, but her thing is, if I call my daddy, you gotta let me in the house. I'm like, man, just call your motherfucking daddy, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, let me in the house. I'm like, fuck it. Because she not leaving. So I'm like, well, maybe if I give her what she want, she'll give me what I want. She'll call her daddy. So true to her word, she called him, but she gave me the phone. So I'm like, the fuck I'm finna say? So he said, hello? Because she had already called and shit, but it was outside testing and shit. So he don't know what the fuck going on. He hears some shit in the background. So when we call him back, he like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, this is so-and-so. He say, and? I say, listen, man, your daughter is over here, woo out the bam, things ain't going well, this and that, I'm trying to get her to lead, da-da-da. So he on speakerphone, he tell her, like, you just got out the ICU 2 days ago, nigga. We thought you was finna die. Why the fuck is you at this man's house? Like, why the fuck you ain't learned this, that, and the other, woo, woo, woo. And so she ain't really offering too much because that's his daughter. He know exactly, you know what I'm saying? So he get to telling me, like, homie, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know my daughter, woo out the bam. He said, this sounds just like something that happened in 1989 or some shit. So he referring to like whatever debacles happened between her and her mama and shit, you know what I'm saying? But he was telling her too, like, baby, I told you he's a player. I told you what kind of guys, you know, guys like this, like that. Now, mind you, dog, we both past 30, you know what I'm saying? She 31, I'm 32 years old. So it ain't like you talking to teenagers about guys. You fully know at a certain age. Stop pretending y'all don't know after y'all reach a certain level of age and maturity what the fuck is going on. That somebody got to spell it out. But even still, he was doing his fatherly duty. That's why I wanted her to call him. Man, I promise to you, by the end of the conversation, he calling me sir, and he thanking me, and he telling her, like, look, he ain't have to do none of that shit he did, and he ain't got to do what he doing now. He seem like a stand-up guy. He just is who he is. just why you over there? You don't need to fuck with him. But this is the craziest part, homie. He said, maybe y'all can stop for right now and try it again later. And I'm like, no, I don't really see that. You know what I'm saying? And I think he said that because he recognized I wasn't a bad dude. Like, he recognized I wasn't a dog, but I just was who I was. And because I am who I am, and he know his daughter, her, you know, volatility, you know what I'm saying? He know that shit can get spicy with her. So he was just saying, like, maybe later on down the line. So I told her, I said, well, you know, we get out the phone. I said, it's real late. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like 3-something in the morning or whatever, you know. If you don't want to drive home, you can stay here, but tomorrow, you know, whatever. And so we trying to figure it the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? Again, we did not have sex. But, you know, that next morning, like, yo, like, what? You know, what you want to do or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? And for her, she don't care. But at the same token, I know she's saying that, but she mean, like, nah, I still want to fuck with you. That's what the fuck I'm over here for. And I promise to you, I'm like, all right, let me think about it. Still ended up fucking with her. I still ended up fucking with her. So I'm fucking with her still, you know. But now I'm on my tippy toes, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I see how drastic shit can be with shorty. So I feel back, but at the same token, I'm trying to see the easiest way to transition out of this. Because that ICU shit, I don't know if it was some type of internal thing or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? To this day, you don't even know what that was. I still don't know. Like, they said, the doctors didn't even know. They're like, we don't know. She's like, oh, it was stress or whatever. Man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just sent me pictures of her hair falling out. I don't know if that was your hair or that was you. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
she playing games.
I can't say she playing games, bro. She, like, it was so strong for her to want to be with me, bro. And so, like, even that, like, she like, I want to be with you so bad. Like, that was one of the things she was saying to me, like, when we would make up or whatever. But it's like, man, I'm trying to get out of this clean, you know? So I had to go to my uncle at this point. My uncle's an old player and shit. So I say, hey, man, I normally don't ask you this, but I'm at my wit's end. How do I get out of this clean? He said, I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen nothing like this before. You know what I'm saying? I've always managed to get out of shit clean, bro. All the bitches I done fuck with over the years, whenever they get tired of me or whatever, it's always been a clean break. Some of them come back. Most of them come back maybe 3, 4, 6 months, a year or two later. We end up somehow, some way, hey, because we ended it on some type of terms. This was so volatile. I've never dealt with it before. I want to still be me, though, and have a clean break. Because that's who I'm is, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't find that clean break. But I thought I caught a blessing. My little nephew come to stay with me for the summertime, you know. So while he here with me and shit, I tell her, like, you know, my nephew gonna be here with me and shit. Now I'm already dwindling down time I'm spending with her, which pissing her off and shit. But at this point, that's all I can really do, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, look, you know, woo, woo, woo. So as I'm dealing with my nephew, right, she texts me and say, hey, can you bring that air conditioner over to my apartment that you told me you would give me? I had an air conditioner. I told her I let her have. I said, yeah, I'll bring it over there, you know what I'm saying? Put it in there for you or whatever. So I go over there to do that real quick, you know what I'm saying? But I could tell something was up with her while I was over there. She was definitely in a mood. So when I put it up and everything, she was looking like, you know, it looked like this and that, but I guess it's cool. But she want to talk. So I promised to you, homie, she was basically making it seem like she ain't want it no more. Because every time I didn't want it no more, it'll result in some type of calamity, some type of, you know, bullshit. So I'm like, maybe my clean break is her not wanting it no more. And so when she said that, dog, I gave my best Oscar-worthy performance. Like, what? Like, you sure? Oh, man. I'm like, oh,
you're tearing me apart.
I'm like, man, I mean, if that's what you feel, like, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you think you need to do, then, like, you know what I'm saying? But damn, come here, give me a hug, you know. Because at the end of the, and she kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, laughed or whatever. And I'm thinking like, okay, she bought it. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I got like one more day with nephew. I'm going to take him home. And then I got a show. That Saturday, I had a show to perform at. And so a couple days later, I go to my show. You know what I'm saying? The people in there, whatever. I'm sitting in the back. I get some tacos and shit, you know, and I'm halfway through my first taco, man. Who do I see walking in the fucking joint?
Oh my God. Just when you thought she was done. Lord have mercy.
Bro, I could have took a shit right there, dog. Like the food I was eating was ready to come out. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, damn. I lost my appetite. But I had already committed to doing this performance. You know what I'm saying? And she coming right towards me too. And so the person that was promoting the show steered her away to, like, no, we have a VIP for you, madam. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, cool, you know, take her over there, you know. But I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do my performance and I'm a jet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna run up out of here because that's too obvious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to play it. And so it's my turn to perform. I get up there, I perform and shit like that. Now, on my way from performing, going back to where I was at, I tapped her and I said, how you doing? And I just kept moving. You know what I'm saying? She kind of looked at me and gave me a look like that. So I was just like, it's too awkward in here to not say nothing.
Right.
And I want to check the temperature to see what type of time you want. So if I say, hey, and you say, oh, hey, how you doing? Or if you know, don't say nothing at all.
You still hurt.
But at least it give me something to know, like, how you moving. She was like, I'm like, oh no, this bitch wants something. It's something finna go down. Damn. That ain't what I want. If it was like a not talking to me, completely ignoring me,
that means she's bitter, but she's not finna take action on it.
She done. She ain't gonna take no kind of actions. You know what I'm saying? If she speak back, she might not be bitter, but she ain't taking no kind of action. That's
like, oh, you wait and see.
You wait and see, nigga. You
Boy,
think it's cool? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you think it's cool, huh? So I said, okay, what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I felt like with the lemony snicket or some shit. You know what I'm saying? How I'm gonna get out of this one, right?
Oh my God.
So I said, I know what I'm gonna do.
It's a nightmare, bro.
I'm gonna act like the food that I had, something wrong with it. It was a hair in the food or something. So I grabbed a whole plate of tacos, you know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, it was bitches in there giving me action like a motherfucker, but they don't know they in danger. Because before that bitch got there, I was getting action. I'm like, okay, cool, I can fuck with some bars in here, you know what I mean? But when Shorty got down, popped in, I said, I can't get no woman no attention because y'all gonna pop on her radar. So I grabbed a whole plate of tacos, bro, and I walked it up to the bar area and I sat it down. Now, once I walked past all of that, you can't see me no more. So it looked like I might have went to the bathroom, whatever the fuck. So I sat that shit down and go right to the door. So as I'm going for the door, the bartender said, oh, thank you. Oh, wait a minute, you didn't finish up? The door was closing behind me like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't run, but I walk to the car, get in the car, pull out. I promise to you, 10 minutes later, I get a phone call. As I'm driving, bro, I'm trying to, and motherfucker say, you a bitch, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, yo, why is you calling me? Why is you even showing up to the show, this and that? Cause you a bitch, and I want you to know this and that, and I'm finna run you off tonight. You think you going home tonight? You ain't going home tonight. So I'm thinking like, all right, she on her way to my crib.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Now I done already put up cameras and shit. So when we kind of made up off them first incidents, I had to put up cameras everywhere, not just around the property, but inside the joint. So while she'd be in my house, she'd be like, oh, you got another camera? Oh, you got... Yeah.
We go for your ass.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what you finna do and shit like that. So she was like, and I know all them cameras that I'm destroying them all. I know where they all at.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm like, all right. So I meet her. I'm like, I pull up, I go to the crib or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And by the time I pull up, she literally pulling up right behind me. You know what I'm saying? So I go outside. I'm like, listen, just leave, da-da-da-da-da. Hook off on me. Now we back into this whole situation again. You know what I'm saying? But this time we out in the front where all my neighbors and everybody can see all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And so not only is she doing that, she put up my locks and all this type of shit. God. And the whole time I'm just trying to get her to stop. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even do what I did the first couple of times, but I didn't do what I did the last couple of times. You know what I'm saying? But I had to figure out a way to get her to stop doing what she was doing and shit, bro. So what I did was, I used to watch wrestling and shit. I don't know if you ever watch wrestling, but it was a nigga named Mankind. He'll put a sock on his hand, and he'll put his hand in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Christ. So while she got my hair, she won't let my hair go. I had to put my hair in her mouth and press down on this part.
Yeah.
So she'll let me go. And so she let me go. But then she had me again the second time. So I do another wrestling move. I give her the iron claw. I don't know if you know what the iron claw. I had to give her the iron claw while I just grabbed the front of her face and, you know what I'm saying, holding it so she'll let me go and shit. But that don't do it either. In between trying to kick me in the dick and all that shit. So the last time, bro, I had to just grab a windpipe and squeeze it. Say, just stop. What the fuck is wrong with you? Just stop. So she ended up getting into my yard, homie, because my tenants is coming in and out the yard. So every time I try to ease off her to think she gonna stop, she, run off. So she run into the yard this time. So when I try to grab her to get from getting into the yard, now the neighbors is out there and all this type of shit. They want to look and, world star and all. Motherfucker, we was on the ground at one point. A nigga walked right over. Y'all cool?
Oh my God.
Nigga was like, you cool, bro? I said, hell no.
Help me, nigga. Blink twice, motherfucker. That shit's crazy, bro.
So, dog, I tell a nigga, nah, I ain't cool or whatever, bro. Make a long story less long. As somebody came out the crib, you know what I'm saying? She ended up getting into the crib. So when she get into the building at this point, I run in behind the dog. She turned around and kicked me so far in my kneecap on me that my shit went back.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm fucked up after that. Like, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. So I tried to open the door so she could leave. She closed that bitch. Hit me again, stole me again. So at this point, I'm like, all right, I got to stop this motherfucker. So we get a tussling again. The police come in. They grab me. They grab me, pull me out. She get to saying, you beat me for no reason. You did this, you did that. So they got me say, stop. I say, look, bro, I'm going to tell you every motherfucking day, just get me away from this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I hit him with the, get me away from this bitch, please. You know what I'm saying? So because I had did out preventative measures, I had did all of that shit before.
Cameras.
Everything that no, they didn't even have to look at the camera footage because I had already documented our history and shit. Every time it was an incident, I had to get it on some type of paper. You know what I'm saying? Because as the man, you always in the wrong. And as a black man, you wrong no matter what you decide. If you decide to let somebody else deal with it, you wrong. If you take matters into your own hands, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you decide to call them peoples because that's what you're supposed to do, a motherfucker gonna tell you, man, y'all got them peoples in our business, woo out the band, them white folks, you know what I'm saying? So you not even supposed to do that. But then if you take matters into your own hand, put your hands on my, like what the fuck a nigga to do? You know what I'm saying? If you got a motherfucker coming at you and you can't talk no reasoning to him, what you supposed to do? What you supposed to do? Whatever that is, do what the fuck you supposed to do. So when they hauled me off and everything like that, homie, make a long story less long, the script got flipped, and next thing you know, she was locked up. But this time, I'm not finna go down and, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even call them, the neighbors did. And so it's the 4th of July, because all this shit happened on like the 28th of June, this summer now. So I got last summer 2 coming out, getting ready for last summer 2 to talk about the shit that happened this summer. Yeah. But anyway, so the 4th of July rolled around. And so I'm going to offshore to kick it, Navy pen shit. So I'm rolling it. I get a phone call from a number I don't know. So I'm like, hello? Hello? Are you gonna do it? What? Are you gonna do it? Who is this? Are you gonna do it? Is this you? And I say her name. Are you gonna do it? I say, hey man, so she come clean as her. I say, listen, I'm not gonna, show up to court. That's not what I'm gonna do. But I'm not showing up to help you either, like I did before. And so she telling me she's sorry about this. She telling me she loved me and everything. And I'm like, no, you don't. You know what I'm saying? I said, I saw what you told them. You lied and said you live here. You know you don't live here. You lied and said I beat you. Why you lied to them? Well, I ain't want to get in trouble. I said, so you get me fucked up because you don't want to get in trouble? Knowing that you came over here, like, why you didn't just leave? I tried to get you to leave a lot. Why you didn't just go before they got there? You know what I'm saying? So she just get to going into her spiel about how she feel about me and this, that, and other. She gonna miss me. She love me and all this and that. And I'm gonna fuck up her shit she got going on with this and that. I said, well, what can I do? Let me know how I can help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want me to call them and say this or that? Like, what you want me to do? How can I help you? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not showing up. She's like, I need you to show up. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, all right. I'll show up via Zoom. You know what I'm saying? And I tell them people like, as the witness on Zoom, I don't want to proceed with nothing. That's what I'm going to tell. But I'm not showing up because I don't want to be around you. She accepted. So when it rolled around me and I do the Zoom, all they did was ask if I was in attendance. I said, yeah, I'm here. They said, okay, woo, it's set for da-da-da. They ain't even let me say, nah, I don't want, they set her shit up for something else.
Because she was doing too much.
So I'm like, damn, but I ain't talking to her, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't show up, you know what I'm saying? But I did end up talking to the state, you know what I'm saying? Say, hey, listen, I don't want to proceed with nothing with her. Let her go. I'm not seeking justice from her. I hope that all that shit square with her, but I said I'm not seeking justice from her. I don't want nothing from her. Leave her alone. Just let her alone. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna fuck with me no more. I ain't gonna fuck with her no more. You know what I'm saying? But that was the most wildest situation I ever been in terms of my player shit that I never had to deal with, and I never deal with it again.
That's crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All because I let the shit, not necessarily let it slide, but I was looking at it like...
You slipped up.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was some unfamiliar territory. It was like, I don't even know what this is. You know what I'm saying? I've heard about it, but it's a whole nother thing to be involved in it. You know what I'm saying? And all these different variables, all these different factors from the original with her and old girl got into it. You know what I'm saying? To the stuff between me and her. And I'm trying to rationalize all this shit with like, well, yeah, she did. This happened to her. Well, that did happen to her. But once it got to a point where it's like, ain't nothing happened to you in a while, but you still own that. No, that's just who you is, how you is. And plus, I ain't been able to do none of my player shit. I've been getting action like a motherfucker, but if I fuck with a bitch, you gonna try to kill somebody.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't even be
a player
me.
no more.
I couldn't even be me no more.
So fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? But in the midst of all that, bro, I saw like, okay, I gotta play this a little differently because we in a different age group now. You know what I'm saying? In my teens and 20s, bitches wasn't reacting like that. You know what I'm saying? They was more
with the shit.
You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know what's up with women when they hit past 30, bro, but they turn into carnivorous, like timber wolves, man. They get carnivorous, bro, where they out for blood, homie. And it's like,
what you mean?
Like on some shit where it's intense for them to want to be in a relationship. They want you to settle down, so they want this commitment by any means. As opposed to when you in your 20s, man, they got so much action that coming at them, and it's so new to them that they not really on it like that. But when they see you a certain type of dude, man, past 30, man, and they past 30, they get carnivorous where they try to lock you down by any means. Even if it is a toxic relationship, they'll take it. I think most toxic relationships are middle-aged. You know what I'm saying? People in their 30s and 40s. I don't think the toxic relationships is the people in their 20s. I think that's a misconception. People believe that the young people are toxic. Nah, it's the motherfuckers that had this desperation, this pressure on them to have a certain type of relationship or a family unit that they don't have yet. And maybe because they a boss bitch, speaking of boss bitches, I think them the bitches that get involved in toxicity because you prioritizing one over another. So they not giving themselves the time to feel like a woman. And ironically, them the ones that's the most womanly in terms of how they present, in terms of what they speak. They try to make it seem like they Felicia Rashad out this bitch, just some sort of, you know, different type of lady, but they really not. You know what I'm saying? Especially somebody who consider herself to be a boss bitch. You're not allowing yourself to be a woman. You manufacturing and you kind of mechanizing yourself, like making yourself some sort of machine that you wasn't built for. Meanwhile, I was built to be like this. Like I'm built this way. You know what I'm saying? From the soil. And what I'm saying is, I don't think it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's something that need to be pointed out, kind of make something work, because that's who we are as a people. We some negative motherfuckers. They'll do anything to make it work. And I think it tends to lean toward the negative because that's who we are as a people. We some negative motherfuckers. We some negative motherfuckers. Now you gonna find pockets of black people. Like I was just talking to some motherfuckers yesterday, and they let me know how fucked up I am based off my upbringing, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how it was for me, you know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of motherfuckers that come from where we come from, I can't speak for you, but it's negative. It's negative energy. It ain't no positive energy. And it's because that motherfucker ain't got no God in them. It takes a concerted effort for you to have that God energy inside of you and to maintain it and to infect others with it, but to also know when you ain't where you supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't nothing but demons over here. These niggas call themselves demons. Motherfucker tell you they on demon time. Now the bitches is on demon time. You know what I'm saying? The bitches is worse than the niggas. That lady that got jumped on with them kids out south, them was mostly little girls. Like, they watching somebody. Baddies Club, whatever all that shit is. Christian rocking them hoes like that. That shit is real. It's not just on TV. You know what I'm saying? So that's some negative ass energy. I try to stay away from it. But it took for me to go through all of that for me to really see how a lot of brothers is fucked up out here because they may not have that strength to get away from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a bitch with some toxic ass energy got some toxic ass pussy, and that's some good ass pussy. Toxic pussy good than a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. How you think it got me? Because it was good, but at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about a bitch's pussy, man. I saw something in her. She was very intelligent, man. You know what I'm saying? So I saw potential in her in other ways. So I tried to circumvent the bad shit by trying to play to the strengths of positive shit that she got. But that shit was too overwhelming. Like, I think there's a lot of sisters who don't want to be like that. But when that switch flip, man, they can't see nothing else, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when it's a full moon or some shit and they turn into Teen Wolf. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop the transformation from happening. But when it ain't no full moon, they cool. Everything is love. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no bad shit going on. They very pleasant. But at some point, bro, they turn into demons and you can't really do nothing with them.
Yeah, no, this is crazy. I don't want to see. Yeah, we gotta wrap it up. But I'm still astounded.
Yeah.
Story. That's insane, bro. I'm glad you are alive.
No, I'm glad I'm alive too, homie.
That's insane. 444.
Don't say 444. Oh shit. Man, them was her numbers, dog. Don't say 444. God damn.
That's her number?
Numerology and shit. So I'm 222, you know what I'm saying? For alignment. You know, those are my numbers. My birthday, 12/22, you know what I'm saying? I was born in the house, 222. There's a lot of twos with me and shit. So 444 was her little numerology code that she followed. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way for you to have known that, but that's what I mean. She wasn't all bad.
She's in the room with us, damn near.
Bro.
Cause you done talked about her for an hour. No, cause like I could have said 333. That's crazy.
Man, look, we done talked about a lot of shit, but I don't even know why. I don't know what made me give you that story, but I've never told it nowhere else, man. Some told me, man, tell a story right here today on TreeHouse, man. So fuck it, I told you. You know what I'm saying?
Honor, man. Nah,
yeah.
I planned on only going for an hour, but
yeah,
man, that shit was so gripping. I was like, damn, let me.
Yeah, I had to give you some at the end, man, to cap it off, man. You know, but hopefully, you know, the understanding is there.
This is kudos to you for like, you know, being vulnerable enough to share with everybody, because that's a lot, you feel me? But it's going I guess grip a lot of people to realize they're not alone if they are going through some shit like that. And that's the whole purpose of my podcast, is to show as many people that they don't got to go through this by themselves.
Yeah, man. You know, so all the brothers out there, you know, that's going through something, you got a toxic lady in your life, or you know what I'm saying, you trying to do some things differently and you getting some resistance, man, leave it before it get too bad. You know what I'm saying? Leave it before it get too bad. A lot of older guys know, you know what I'm saying, but they ain't gonna necessarily tell you because you got to go through it. You know what I'm saying? The game is to be sold, not told. I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to see it for yourself and respond in kind. So I just hope and pray that not only are the ladies all right that's going through this type of shit, but the brothers end up all right. Because don't nobody really care about the brothers going through that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? They get overlooked, you know, because we the bad guys. You know, I think Future got a bad rap. Yes, I said it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all claim Future is the king of toxic, man. You don't know what it's like to be a highly sought after motherfucker, man, and to have to pick and choose. Like he said, you just gotta have a great attitude. Cause you are who you are, but the person that's dealing with you gotta be able to understand you. And as I said, my baby now, she understand me, dog. So yeah, we good.
Hey, Disney taught me what was even loving. Started off as friends, didn't even know about cuffing.
Man, I can't wait to try this one. This gonna be pushed up the roster. Speaking about rock rotation.
Oh yeah, okay.
We're gonna push this one out, man.
Yeah, have me back anytime when you got to know you do the group pod.
I want to have you with the ladies.
Yeah, we get some conversations going because I know they ain't gonna agree with me.
No. I'm gonna have to bring security after hearing this damn episode.
Toss him to the street.
get some of my bouncing friends in this mug, you feel me?
Yeah.
But man, this has been an incredible, entertaining, edge of your seat ass podcast. But before we wrap up, how can we reach you on socials, and what final words do you have for the outro?
So you can reach me at MadFlo Jr. That's MadFlojr. Don't put a W, just MadFlojr. Go to MadFloJr.com. You dig what I'm saying? Get in tune with everything I got going on. Just dropped a great project. I got videos dropping out the ass. Everything is dope. Go to TribalKingdom.com for the merch. You dig what I'm saying? We got a full online store, fully operational. That shit coming to your door like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck Amazon. You know what I'm saying? But a final word would be, not only will I say thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate being here. You dig what I'm saying? But I just want everybody to know that even while you living and you on your journey, you dig what I'm saying, and you have people around you, and this is, you know, even for this holiday, this is important. We have Thanksgiving right now. Live with no attachments to anyone, no attachment to anything, no attachment to any place. Just be where you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? If you're feeling pressure to not just perform for you, but perform for others, you should try to do your best. Do your best to qualify, to see if they qualify for what it is that they're asking you for. And if they don't qualify, don't have a problem with saying no and separating yourself. No attachments.
I resonate with that. That's real. Just be who you want. Be who you asking for.
And do what you want to do all the time. What you want to do.
Because at the end of the day, it's just you in that coffin. I know that's right. As always, stay hydrated. Stay breathing in that good ass oxygen. And most importantly, stay basic.
Life took a hard left, even loving when we took our last breath.